Now, let's get back to the US battle as well, because I thought it would be fantastic today after Kamala Harris's interview to catch up with the former White House Democrat staffer, Barbara Heineback. She joins us live from Brisbane. Thanks for joining us again, Barbara. What did you make of Kamala Harris's performance?
Oh, my. I won't go there, but Kamala had a great opportunity today, and I thought in the beginning she started out answering the question, although she started the answer before Brett had a chance to finish asking. And it didn't even take a minute, Chris, before she pivoted into just finding excuses. And I did notice she has a new three-prong approach. And number one, she starts out, Kamala, what she wants to talk about. She said, you and I both know what I'm about to talk about. And of course, Brett said, no, I don't, but I'd like you to explain it to me. She didn't manage that. Then she filibustered, and when she was pressed on a question about, well, immigration, they started there, and she goes off and ends up back at Donald Trump's camp, as you mentioned earlier in your program today. That was almost every answer. But her second answer, when they started talking about, well, once we became in the administration, she wouldn't take any credit for the problems that the administration has had. She had an opportunity to talk about some of the positive achievements that the administration has made. Unfortunately, she was not even able to come up with one. Number two, when it went on that what else do you want to, when she was asked about the immigration, she tried to turn it into, from day one, we struck down and to improve the border bill, the border problem, but that bill was not at all to improve anything. What it was doing was they stopped having Mexico, hold the illegals there. And then she went into, they decriminalized, they stopped that. They had given access to free housing for the illegals, free health care, and she said free sex changes for prisoners in hospitals.
She's stuck with all this stuff from her record. I think the most interesting dynamic is she's trying to be the fresh new change for America and saying that it's been horrible for the last decade and I'll make things better. But she's vice president. She's been part of the administration, supposedly the number two in the administration for the past 3.5 years. And she says she wouldn't have done anything differently. So I'm going to show this exchange because I think this is really pivotal because it's based on polling that says 79% of Americans believe the country right now is on the wrong track. So how does she explain that? Have a look at this.
Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade, people have become, but listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me, the former chief of staff to the president, Donald Trump, former defense secretaries, national security advisor, and his vice president, one, that he is unfit to serve, that he is unstable, that he is dangerous, and that people are exhausted.
I think what she's trying to say, Barbara, is that even though she's in government now, the way to get the country back on track is to defeat the challenger.
No. Yeah. Well, this is what she's attempted to do with almost every question. But why didn't she come up with some of her policies that she is planning to change? And then and then Brett let her know when she was running out of steam, had gone through her little temper tantrum and all of that. He said, well, there are just 2 more questions. The final question was, tell us about your policies. What would you do? This was her moment as to own those final comments. And she said, well, if they want to know about my policies, I have 800 pages. They can go and read it.
Go to the website.
You articulate one policy.
That's incredible. That is you're spot on. That said so much. If you want to know my policies, go to the website. You want to know how I'll get the country back on track, go to my website. Thanks for joining us, Barbara. I appreciate it. Barbara Heineback there.